This week, we open the Cragganmore 12-year-old single malt Scotch whisky, but not the normal one, the 2019 special release. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. And we delve into the story behind this unusually peaty expression from the Speyside Distillery.
And why not head over to our social media accounts? We're at Whisky and Things Podcast on Instagram and at Whisky and Things on Facebook and Twitter.
And why not, while listening to this, just give us a little 5-star review, maybe few cheeky little words about how much you appreciate us, because we appreciate you.
We do.
Thank you. We do.
We do.
Thank you. Thank you. That brightened up my day.
You're listening to Whisky and Things with Nick Kent and Dave Giles.
Welcome to Whisky and Things. I'm Dave Giles.
I'm Nick Kent. Welcome. That's very dramatic.
Yeah, I've not done that before, I don't
You
think.
haven't. It reminded me quite a bit like Bullseye. Yeah, one.
Our American listeners are like, what?
And Bully special prize.
And anyone who's not from the UK.
Yeah, one.
Oh, that's serious nostalgia, isn't it? Bullseye.
Yeah, it's
Serious
dance for our
nostalgia.
American.
Joe, I
friends.
did a live stream the other day, mate,
Oh, yeah.
and I was singing a song which came out 3 years ago. My own song came
Oh,
out
okay.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
And someone in the comments go, oh, serious nostalgia.
3
What?
years.
It's 3 years old. Does that work?
Get in the bin.
How? I mean, extreme, but cool.
No, I'm not standing for that. No.
How many years does something have to be
10.
a thing? Before?
10.
You say 10.
I'll
10
say
and then
decade.
nostalgia.
Next
the
decade.
Nick Kent rule. Nostalgia is a decade.
Yeah, I'd say
at least.
decade. Yeah, it's got to be decade,
Yeah.
isn't it?
3 years, that's not right, is
No,
it?
absolutely not. Not unless you are 4 years old, because that is,
In which case, you can't remember what happened 3 years ago anyway.
exactly. So there you go. But
All right. Okay.
yeah.
I'm glad we had that conversation, mate.
Me too. Me too.
Me too. Anyway, shall we crack on? Whiskey. There you go. That's a new sting for you there.
Whiskey. Oh, whiskey! You're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind.
I mean, it's better when you got it wrong.
You blow my speech patterns. What we got? Well, yeah, okay, that's my bit, innit? Go.
This week's whiskey.
Cragganmore, 12-year single malt Scotch whisky, the 2019 special release.
Hey, before we get started, Nick, is this one still available?
No,
Right.
it's perfect.
Perfect for Whisky and Things.
It's
We love it.
perfect. It's classic.
So, we didn't mention this, but
You
this
can probably
is
find it for some money, but no, not in general release.
So this is an episode that we recorded maybe a while ago, maybe recently, as a spare episode in case something happened, which meant we couldn't record.
Yeah,
So
we recorded
to
this
me,
back when I wasn't a middle-aged man.
So
Full of energy.
that's exactly why we've chosen a bottle which isn't on general release anymore. I know we do that a lot for our normal shows. It also makes sense to do it for a show where we don't know it's going to come out, because it doesn't have to be relevant, does it, Nick? It doesn't have to be. Much like us, it doesn't have to be relevant.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
like
mate, tell me about this whiskey. But actually, before I ask you to tell me about this whiskey, I'm going to tell you where I got it from.
Yeah, that's a good
Right,
idea.
so my friend Liam went to the distillery, bought the bottle for his dad. They're Irish, and they like Irish whiskey. His dad had one sip and said, "This isn't for me."
Yeah, I can imagine. If they like Irish, this isn't very Irish.
And then Liam got it back. He had one sip and said, "Yeah, that's not for me." So
not for
we
you,
inherited,
Jen. Yeah.
we inherited this bottle of whiskey because two Irish people don't like smoky Scotch.
I've always liked the Irish.
They're great, aren't they?
They are great.
They're great. So thank you, Liam, and
Cheers,
thank you,
Liam.
Liam's dad.
Yeah.
We appreciate you not enjoying whiskey very much.
Yeah.
Not enjoying
Or
this
Scotch.
whiskey.
Scotch,
This
very much.
whiskey.
This whiskey.
They both like the whiskey.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. Well, it's a Speyside. A Cragganmore, founded in 1869 by John Smith He was an experienced distiller. He'd already been the manager of Macallan, Glenlivet, Glenfarclas, and another one, Wishaw. Yeah. It's quite an interesting story behind this. It's now owned by Diageo, and it's a bit of a blend fodder, I think.
I see.
The term.
Although,
Nick, apparently it's the most asked for whiskey amongst blenders. Apparently,
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Not this particular bottling, which we'll go into, but Cragganmore in general.
What was interesting, Nick? Do you remember when we went to the Spaniards Inn in Highgate? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. We had we had a coffee, didn't we?
We did. We weren't there to drink the whiskey. We went there for lunch.
Yes.
We had a cup of tea and a coffee. No, we just went there for a tea and a coffee, didn't we, while we were in the middle of a walk? That was literally
and
in January,
ripped
right?
into their whiskey list because we didn't like the categorisation, if that's a word.
Yes. And a Cragganmore 12-year was on their menu.
Oh, nice.
I went back there the other day and I saw it and I was like, oh.
Oh, back there the other day, were you?
I was back there the other day. It was very nice. Food is amazing. I wish we'd eaten there when we went in January.
Food did
anyway.
look good. Yeah. Those, yeah. Good roast.
Great pub. Shame about their categorisation of their whiskies on their menu. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. Do you want to hear the story behind this bottling?
Please. Sorry, I did a massive diversion.
It's fine. It's fine, Dave.
Sorry.
It's fine. This whole episode is irrelevant. So we can do whatever the f*** we like.
Amazing. All right.
It's quite a good little story, actually. I found this earlier. I was quite proud of myself. Well, I found it on the Master of Malt website. Anyway, it was a little video.
Top research.
It was a little video by one of the Diageo ambassadors. So let's go back to 2006, Dave. Yeah. Apparently, there was a drought in Scotland.
Was there now?
Yes, and the West Coast, including the Isle of Skye, was hit particularly bad. And the Isle of Skye is where Talisker is, right, which is another distillery owned by Diageo. So, because of the shortage of water, there was a worry that they wouldn't have enough water for the mash, essentially to make the whiskey at Talisker. So to cover themselves, and for a little experiment, Diageo started making a Talisker-style whiskey at Cragganmore for about 3 to 4 months. But just a little bit, 3 to 4 months in 2006. So they produced a peatier spirit than Cragganmore is known for. 12 years later, they found these casks. Well, every year, essentially every year, Diageo do something from like various of like brands they own. They do special releases. So that year, they decided to release these casks with these peatier versions of Cragganmore, which they had, distilled back in 2006. So that's the
mate. That's a great story. I love that.
Yeah. So apparently, a normal Cragganmore peat level is about 0.3, and this is 8 to 10 apparently percent.
So yeah. So this isn't necessarily a good representation of a standard Cragganmore.
No, it is not. This is not. So if you don't like this, because it's going to be peatier, I'm not sure. Well, from when you you can tell that Dave wasn't too keen by how much he gave me of this. He's given me pretty much 50 CL, I would say, well over half the bottle.
Have you seen how much I left myself?
Like none. He took one whiff of it when he was dishing it out, and he goes, "You know what? I'm going to give you a bit more of this." Seriously, I've got this thing here. It looks like Grandma's peach tea from that Superman movie, just before everyone got blown up. It basically looks like a jar of piss he's given me, but it's Cragganmore and he's given me a load. So I hope I like it.
Me too. You should do. I'm sure you will.
I'm sure
the bottle's really nice. It came in a nice tin. Sorry if I've cut you off into what you were talking about, but the bottle's the lovely artwork on the tin with an owl on the front and some other little bits and pieces that look like they're from the countryside, and a similar thing on the label. Not much information on the actual bottle, but there's a bit of text on the old tin. Would you like me to read it, or is it not relevant, Nick?
No, I'm intrigued why there's an owl on it. There's something about a barn owl or something, isn't
there? Well, it says there is a beautiful owl on the tin and the label. It says, "This is a small trial batch of medium peated Cragganmore matured in traditional refill American oak casks in a style never released before. It reefs the elegant." That's a mouthful. It reefs the elegant, smooth distillery character in a wholly unexpected, aromatic and spicy smokiness. Usually unpeated, Cragganmore is a highly respected Speyside malt founded by a giant among distillers, John Smith. Nick told us all that already. The ethereal aromas are among the most complex to be found in any malt and a fitting match for the ghostly fight of the barn owl as it quarters the twilight Speyside glen in search of its prey. So that's why they've gone with that.
Nice.
The aroma is initially elusive, sweet with hard candy or apple pie, savoury with soft leather and sanded wood, and uniquely smoky too, with fragrant peaked smoke. The texture is smooth, while the taste is rich, sweet and savoury. All of it. And then becomes appealingly smoky. The finish is smoothie, smoky and spicy.
Nice.
Interesting. So yeah, they've kind of told us what we should be tasting, which is always nice. Let me open it.
So,
good
12 years. This is cask strength, everyone, as well. Cask strength. That took a bit of effort, didn't it? Yeah. 58.4% ABV.
Oh my God. It's gonna
So, yeah.
tits off, innit?
Refill casks. So, not virgin oak, not first fill. This is basically probably the third time liquid has gone into these casks. Refill casks. Because first fill means it's first fill ex-bourbon, as it were. So that'd be the second time something's gone in. So, yeah, this is third time. But again, doesn't mean anything, really, if it tastes nice. Mash bill, 100% malty barley, of course. Bottled 2019.
Whiskey?
I was expecting a lot more peat. It's actually quite fruity and quite fragrant and pretty.
It really is.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah. The first sniff, I definitely got the leather, but that may be because that was the one that poked out for me when I was reading their thing on the tin. But yeah, it is fruitier and actually not as smoky as I remember when I first opened it. So I wonder why that is.
Well, you can't have this back, mate. You can't have it back.
No. Well, no, I'm fine for you to have it because the thing is, even if I enjoy this, it's not going to be the kind of dram which I would go to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know.
If it's there, I'll probably drink it. But like, if it's given to me, I will drink it. But out of my collection, probably not. Anyway, it does smell right. It does smell really nice. I'm getting some peachiness. Did you say peaches?
No. Grilled pineapple for me. Charred grilled caramelized pineapple.
Yes.
We say that a lot, but it just seems to keep coming up.
Seems to, yeah. Well, that's what it smells like.
Yeah.
That's what it smells like. Yeah. Actually, do you know what? The artwork on the cover seems really appropriate for this as well. There's almost a perfumey vibe going on as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not quite, walking into Boots. But
no, and the more I'm smelling it, the less the peatiness and the smoke that was there, it just disappears after a while, doesn't it? And you start smelling the other layers below it, which is nice.
Yeah,
anyway,
pear. Got some pear in there.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got a pear sitting in the kitchen waiting for me as well.
Ooh,
can't wait for that.
Creamy custard.
No, just
just
a conference pear. That's what I've got sitting there waiting for me. I love a conference pear. Anyway. Do you like creamy custard as well?
I like a conference room. They're always so tidy.
I like that they always come with free pens.
They do, don't they? And a whiteboard.
If you're lucky, there's a little bowl of sweets. Anyway, let's try this. Oh, it's sweet.
Oh, the smoke comes on the back end.
Ooh. It does come on the back end, not at the front.
No.
It's definitely at the end.
It's fruity at the front, smoky at the back.
And it's smoky. It's not medicinal peat. It's a smokiness.
Yeah, it's not your medicinal. It's very much a smoke. I'm enjoying that.
That's very pleasant. I mean, it's hard to imagine that's 58 point whatever percent it was.
Oh, yeah. I was
59. Is it 58.4?
58.4, yeah, you're correct. I mean, that's very balanced. That's very nice.
It's really balanced, isn't it?
Yeah. I would have expected that to have blown my tits off.
Yeah. Which I think is one of the reasons why Liam and his dad didn't like it, because it's stronger than what they used to. They're normally drinking Jamesons and things like that, which are 40%.
Yeah.
You and I have had stronger stuff, so we perhaps our palates are perhaps a little bit more used to more stronger whiskies. so therefore we can deal with it to an extent. But even then, sometimes they blow our socks off, and this hasn't done.
No, this is aged very well in the. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very nice.
You really like that. You're glad I've given you so much of this, aren't you?
Yeah. I was wondering whether something to do it being in the refill cask that it's kind of been able to age, and I don't know, it hasn't taken as much kick out of the wood. It's just aged. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking. Just switch off.
You might be right, mate. You might be right. I mean, it's still not my preference of whiskey.
Tell you what,
but it's a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be.
That's a nice sit down on a Sunday evening, next to a fire whiskey. That
absolutely. If I was in a country pub,
it's a comforter.
Like when we went for that walk around wherever it was out your way with Jay. Where was that?
It was in the
near the Pennine Way, wasn't it? It's the Pennines.
Pennines kind of way.
And we went into some of those lovely pubs. This is a whiskey I would love to have had there.
Edale, around there.
Edale, yeah. On a cold February day. This would have been lovely, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Would have warmed the cockles.
Thick socks.
Yes.
Nice woolen hat. Stranded at a station because, they were like 1 an hour. Or go to the pub. But there we go.
To the pub. Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
So actually fairly pleasant. Should we? How much is this kind of bottle then, Nick? So I reckon this is expensive, and that may put me off it. I reckon that this was the kind of thing that was probably £100 or something like that.
The regular 12-year-old is $37.95.
I'd love to have that right now to AB, but never mind.
Yeah, but I'm intrigued by it now.
Yeah, me too.
We'll whack that on the list. This is, not really available anywhere. Cheers. You're welcome, listeners. 89.46. It was on the Master of Malt, is where I found it, out of stock.
Right. Okay.
But,
so
but I did found it. Yeah, I found it on, I think, whiskybase.com, £84, £85.
In stock?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think it's like an auctiony thing, or it puts you onto other sites which might have it. But it's around £85. So yeah, you're talking £85 to £90.
Okay. Would you pay that for this?
No. No.
Same.
I would. It's nice. The artwork's nice and stuff. It's nothing too special for that. I'd want something a bit more special if I'm spending £90.
I agree. I don't disagree with that, Nick. I think this is a really great drop.
It's very
really
nice.
Great.
Yeah.
But I think we've had nicer smoky peaty whiskies as well.
I'm looking at my shelf. Because we do love a Lagavulin, don't we?
We do love a Lagavulin, you're right. And you like a lot of other smokier, peatier ones as well. And I've really enjoyed them as well. We always say I'm not into peat, but I have really enjoyed the ones we've had. It's not my preference.
I mean, some do leave a smoky taste in the mouth, like you've just eaten some burnt food or something. But this is nice. It's on the limit for the burniness, the burny tinge, as it were, on the back end. But it is nice. It is, it's comforting.
It doesn't taste ashy, does it?
Hang on, no, no. Ash for me is more a mouth sensation I get, where it kind of sticks to your mouth. That's what I get from ashy peat.
I remember when we had that Irish peated one, the Connemara, and that was just tasted like we'd drunk an ashtray.
Yeah. Which some people are into.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Wasn't for me. Shall we do some scoring?
Yeah, can I just talk about the other things they have?
Oh, absolutely. Go for it.
Going back to their what other stuff they've got going on, because there might be something here you really like. Every year they release the Distiller's Edition, which they finish in port casks. That's around £62. So that might be something on your radar.
That does sound more up my street, doesn't it?
Obviously, try the normal ones. It's only about £40. If it's in a bar somewhere, maybe. It might be hard to find in a bar.
Back at the Spaniards.
Oh, mate, yeah. Oh, yeah, go there. Try that.
Yeah.
And, the Distiller's Edition might be up your street. It's only about 3 or 4 months or something in the port casks, but so finish. But, yes, that might be up your street. So, there we go.
Mate, do they have a website?
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah. I should have gone into this. Well, no. It's a Distagio. Wow.
It's a Distagio.
Yeah. It's a Diageo company, so they don't really have a website. It takes you to malts.com, which is Diageo's website, which they have all their brands on. So no, they've very limited, information on there. They don't have a Twitter. They don't have an Instagram. They have a Facebook page, I found, but that's about it. So not great on the old further reading, I'm afraid, with the old Cragganmore.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the option to book a tour. I've just found it now. They've got the option to, it says book a tour and shop and about. Oh no, you click book a tour. It says, unfortunately, we don't have any experiences for your search parameters. There you go. So yeah, a tiny little bit.
Yeah, a lot of the Diageo ones don't have websites and stuff, annoyingly. It just takes
yeah, there's a little bit there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but not what I'd want.
They call him Big John Smith.
Oh, really?
Wonder how big he was.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. All right, shall we do some scoring then, Nicholas?
Let's do some scoring of this. I'm stuck.
Love this. It's not the first time, won't be the last.
You're listening to Whisky and Things.
So interesting, with similar scoring, not exactly the same, but pretty close. Only one answer to a question out for each of us. So you've gone with 57.14. I've gone with 54.29, which is, below average, but not a terrible score by any stretch. So once again, a little reminder, we have a series of questions that we have to answer, and then we both have a score, and then that gives it an average score of 55.71. Now, which is right in the middle. We say a good score is sometime between 60 and 70. Much better scores are above them. It's a fairly simple process, but that's how we do things. Now, we have been quite similar, and most of our answers are the same. I gave it a mark for the aftertaste. You didn't. You gave it a mark for would you like another glass? I didn't. That's literally it. And then I think you gave it a mark somewhere else where I didn't. I can't find that one.
I gave
you gave
it a
bonus mark
for in the mouth, just because of how controlled that ABV is. It's a 58.4, but it doesn't blow your head off. It's very controlled and it's just full of flavour. That's why I've given it a little bonus.
So where this isn't got into the next category of good scores is the value for money. Neither of us have given it a single mark in our value for money
out of 5. We haven't given it anything.
It's got nothing.
It's just
from
a
either
bit
of us.
steep. Yeah. Times are tough, but I'd rather spend 90 quid on something else.
I'd get 2 bottles of whiskey for that amount of money, which I think I would enjoy just as much as this. And I think that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is a good whiskey. The liquid is good. If you take away the fact you've got to buy it, it's a good whiskey.
Yeah. Someone gives me this as a gift. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Yeah. You can come again. But the difference is if they come to mine, they'll be offered a glass. If they go to yours, they'll have to bring their own.
Yeah, and I do charge corkage, everyone.
Oh, that takes it to the next level. I love that. Very good. Very good. Okay, so yeah, fair score. I think fair score simply because we have that value for money thing in the middle. It's a shame it's so expensive because it's a good drop.
It's rare. It was just that 3 to 4 months, back in 2006 that they distilled this.
And I love that story. I love that story.
It's cool.
I think that's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's something if you're at the bar, and you like a Cragganmore or you like something Peaty, and even if you're into whiskey and you know about things like this, do you like Peaty stuff? I'm like, yeah. Oh, well, you try this. Oh, Cragganmore, is that Peaty? Yeah, well, here you go. I'll tell you this story about this 3 to 4 month period back in 2006. And you'd be like, oh, wow. And you would learn something.
The Great Drought of West Scotland in 2006. Yeah. And that's going to become stuff of legend, isn't it?
Isn't it? Where were you in 2006, Dave?
I was probably with you.
No, I was on tour. 2006.
Were you? I
was in the States most of the summer.
You sure? Because it was in between our 2nd and 3rd year at uni.
I was on Warped Tour, mate. I told you about doing Warped Tour in 2006.
I thought that came after we finished uni.
No, mate. It happened after the first year. That's why all my grades went down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't see much of you. That makes sense, actually. We didn't see much of you after the first year. Where's that Nick guy gone? Oh, yeah.
Where's that guy with He-Man hair? Yeah. I don't know. There's a guy with blue hair who keeps darting around somewhere, but definitely
Pops
that's
in with a dyed goatee.
Wow. Yeah, let's not go there.
But yes. All right. So good. Yeah, good drop. Thanks very much. Cheers, Liam and his dad. Shame it didn't get to the higher. I think it's a shame. It's one, but it is what it is. If it's not value for money, it's not value for money. Anyway, if anyone's ever around mine, fancies trying it, by all means. I've got a tiny bit left.
I've got most of it. Yeah, come to Manchester.
Sting me. The whiskey. All right, buddy. So, any other business? Not really, because not really from me anyway, because we don't know when this is coming out. So
no,
the old spare episode.
So the time of recording, I think 111's about to come out. So whatever this is, that's how long it was, everyone.
Yeah, maybe only through a few weeks, but
yeah, something might happen. It's probably next week. Welcome to episode 112. Everyone.
Anyway, we'll be back next week, I'm sure, doing something in your subscription feed. Hey, please keep the reviews coming in or whatever you want to do to help support us. Press that share button, all that kind of stuff. Let your whiskey friends know about us. All these things are really helpful. And give us a nice little ego boost as well. Yeah. I mean, they make Nick feel better about sharing his whiskey with me.
Nothing will make me feel better about that.
Anyway, yes. I think I've had my share, mate.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I've had my share. Anyway,
all right, cool.
Lose yourselves. Cheers. Sorry. Cheers. Thanks for coming.
Whisky and Things has been brought to you by And Things Productions.